That's what you laughing at.
Whoa, look, it's time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac 2. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
Mic check, mic check.
What's the
mic
deal,
check.
Viral gang?
Back at y'all with another one. Y'all know what's going on, man, and I'm super high energy today. Hey, we got a super compacted one for y'all today, man. We back. We on a high power tip. We back with the multi-topic tip. We back bringing y'all that heat for the streets. Leading the way, like Messiah say, waking the sheep that sleep. But I got the 2 people that I wanted to see today. All I'm gonna say is, ain't no introductions needed. Ram Nation, it's 3 teams up here, and only one got a W this week. Only one is looking like they going to the Super Bowl. Only one is on the incline. And we got 2 others that's on the decline. Now, this man went to the game. So he went to see his team get obliterated, or what did Messiah say in the text? This man paid hard-earned money to go watch his team get annihilated by the one and only. And then you got Messiah popping it every week. Popping it. Eagle gang, birds in the chat.
I was popping it that day.
They lost to the Cowgirls, and wasn't they up like 21 zip at half? Listen, I'm going to let them explain what happened. You feel me? Because we all seen what we doing. So I'm going to let them explain. Mocha, what's the deal? Because we winning.
Ain't nothing to explain, because Jerry Jones went and dropped that bag, and he said, he said we can't go out
now
like
it's
this.
the bag.
But Eagle fans, don't panic. This ain't nothing. Relax. We still 8-3. The Cowgirls ain't going nowhere, and it's a division game. You just said last week every division game is supposed to be a tough game.
And you just told me it was cap, and y'all was Super Bowl bound. And I told y'all Jalen Hurts
what
was
makes
falling apart.
How did he fall apart?
And y'all was up 21 zip.
How did he fall apart?
That's falling apart.
What?
Because I don't
3
care.
touchdowns, 289 yards, no turnovers. He's falling apart?
Yes.
If
I'm up 21 zip.
I think that's a little too much on Hurts at this point. The offensive coordinator's trash. They played bunk in the second half for sure. For Saquon Barkley to have only 10 carries through the whole game after going over 2,000 yards last year, something's going on.
He always almost got 10 carries.
No, that
ain't nothing new.
What I mean, you don't 3rd and 2. You don't run the tush push, the Philly special. You don't do nothing. You don't run the ball. You dropping back 10 yards on 3rd and 2. Obviously, something wrong with these coaching staffs who hired a nigga just worked that Subway before he became the offensive coordinator.
Oh, now he worked that Subway. You see how he got all these excuses when they lose, but when they win, don't none of that matter. When I said half our team was hurt, nigga, they NFL players, they professionals. Next man up. All of a sudden now.
One thing you can rewind, I said this offensive coordinator been garbage since the day we had him. That's for a fact. I don't care how many games we win, but we're not going to continue to lose. Y'all looking like something, but y'all looking like nothing.
We looking like something or we looking like the best?
I look like nothing.
Hold on. Are we looking like something or are we looking like the best team right now?
Who'd y'all play?
We clicking on all ends of the spectrum.
Who did y'all play?
You looking at him. You see his face?
Y'all
Look at your
played
face.
Tampa Bay, and then
look at his face.
You're playing a hurt Tampa Bay.
Okay, now it's a hurt Tampa Bay.
Mayfield,
the whole
Mayfield
NFL is hurt.
Mike Evans is gone. Like, y'all be feeling special about wins that you're supposed to win.
He said they were better without Mike Evans. They got Ibaka. Okay, yeah, that was him, right?
You know, it's funny
it's on the same camera.
We talk about all this high power, but then we lower our frequency talking about the Rams, bro. Like, we can't do that, bro. Either we gonna do one thing or the other. If you want to go to them other shows, go to them other shows. But we don't do that here on the Fireway, bro. So you see what I'm saying? 1 minute we talk about the first 48 laws of power, or we talking about being a cuck. I'm not celebrating another man's accomplishment.
Oh,
yeah. You see what I'm saying? Not being a cuck. I'm not celebrating another man's accomplishment. All it is.
Cuck like he won the game. Hey, nigga over there glazing niggas I don't even know he exists.
Yeah, man, listen. I'm just using. Hey, all I'm saying is this. The goal is this. We may lost on the field, but on the viral way, we about to make sure he go 0 for 2. Because last time I was on there, he accepted 1 L. Didn't want to set the second one. So we're going to make sure we go do it. So listen what we're going to do.
Hey, that would have been all good if you didn't pay your hard-earned money to go glaze them.
Hey,
niggas.
first of all, I didn't pay. I'm going to tell you this. I didn't pay.
I was,
nigga
I
up
was
there
at the
sick.
crib chilling with my feet up, FaceTiming this nigga.
You was. Listen, you FaceTime me during the game. I ain't going to lie. Third quarter hit.
I thought y'all was gonna watch it together.
Nah, I
didn't want
was.
to.
Matter of fact,
I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we didn't.
It's crazy because Rios called me. He had 2 tickets. Him and his wife couldn't go. So he like, I'm going to try to sell them. If I can't sell them, I'm going to toss them to you. So he must have been able to sell them. Then one of my other little coworkers and shit called me. He got 2 tickets for sale. I'm like, look, bro, I'm not buying no tickets. So if they want to just toss them, I'll buy them. But I'm not buying nothing. So I had 2 different people try to throw me tickets. So that low key was a sign from the universe to go laugh at this nigga. Because the last game I went to with a homie.
All the games, he
We
usually
lost.
go. No, he going to, but he was spooked to go to them.
Nah, that's cat.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this though, man.
Yeah.
It was a good one, bro. The Rams, they did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Against the injured team. But I'm gonna say this.
They put belt to ass.
They did.
Nah, we
Hey,
spanked
they-
you. We
listen.
spanked you niggas
Yeah,
and
yeah.
put the whole NFC on notice and the whole NFL on notice, nigga.
Bucks fans.
We here now.
Put it like this. We in the weak ass NFC South. We still got a chance to make the playoffs, and we all know win now. That's what the Rams just did. We'll catch them later. We'll catch them slipping later. That's all we got to do.
Neither one of y'all want to see us in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
I'ma
Devontae
say
Adams
this.
and Stafford, they clicking now.
I'm gonna keep it G with you though.
They clicking now.
Watching them live, you guys are Stafford heavy dependent. All I know is this: y'all cannot run the ball at all. Y'all better pray for Stafford. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Y'all cannot run the ball.
Hey,
We can't or we don't.
All this
No,
stuff,
y'all can't.
all this stuff he's saying, like I said, the Rams still ain't beat us. So all that other stuff he talking does not matter to me. And when we play them, they play somebody with real defense, like he just said, Stafford is cooked, throwing
Man.
pick season. That's what he does. Stafford does this every year. It's nothing new. So we gonna see.
We go see. Hey, you know what's funny too? Hey,
Hey, just notice the humbleness in their voices. They
Ain't-
don't
ain't-
got no
ain't
pep in
that
their
humble?
step. He turned all the way down. He was just low key upstairs sleeping, nigga, with the sheet on his head. Hey, had his whole jacket on his head.
hey, if the
said-
Rams
he
don't
said-
win the Super
wake your ass
Bowl,
up,
bro,
nigga.
I'm
He said
telling you, we
low
owe
key.
you.
6 o'clock, nigga, you
If the
sleep.
Rams don't win the Super Bowl, bro, the way you talking, I'm on your ass. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
They're not even making it out the first round unless they get a first round bye. With
Hey,
the
They not gonna
big
get no
Rams in the big Rams in the comments. Big Rams in the comments. Y'all know what's going on.
And niggas was sick. I was over there. I'm like 21. I even got to finish the game. Woke up to a gang of seeing a laugh emojis.
Hey, the crazy
Like,
part
that
is he
shit.
was on Instagram popping it. He
I
was
took
on
him
the
on
gram.
there. I left him up there
and you didn't
till-
see
till-
him
till
for the
the
rest of the night. You
I
didn't see that
didn't
nigga for the
even-
rest
I
of the
didn't even watch
night.
the game no more. But I didn't hear a Dallas fan out that nothing.
Hey, I'ma keep
I
it
didn't
G
hear
with you.
nobody.
Hey,
nigga.
Masa, I'm gonna keep it G with you. At least when we lost third quarter, I was already accepting my ass whooping. Nigga, to come back and you up 21-0, man, that's a tough one.
But why you say I
I'm gonna say
I
a
understand that.
tough loss is harder to get over than a blowout. A blowout, you can be like, man, check it out, man, we lost. I already accepted it.
Bro, this
Tough
nigga,
one.
this nigga down there made a 70-yard field goal. And then on top of that, the nigga called a timeout for them. Like, that didn't make no sense to me. None about that game made sense, but we lost. We'll take that on the chin. It's regular.
Y'all still
We-
number one in y'all division, though, right?
Yes, nigga, the
Alright.
Cowgirls, niggas act like they won a Super Bowl when they beat us. That's what people don't understand.
Well,
Like,
man,
this is
y'all
people
the Super
They
Bowl
got
champs,
to
though.
take what they can.
I know, but I'm saying they so happy like you won a Super Bowl, but you're 5-5-1 or something like that. I don't even know, maybe 5-6-1.
All I'm gonna say is both of y'all got exposed. The chinks in y'all armor has been exposed, and this is like sliding into the playoffs. So this ain't the time to be losing. This is the time your team supposed to be going up. The way we going up, you know how we was shaking in the beginning. Matter of fact, we wasn't even shaky. We was damn near undefeated, but we took that one L. We took the L to the Niners. Everybody said, "Oh, it's over." Y'all lost to the Niner team with nobody in. It was the backup team, the practice squad. Now look, niggas is quiet.
I don't know.
Whole NFL is on notice. We here.
Y'all don't notice, but y'all haven't beat nobody. But let's miss all that miscellaneous
Seahawks
stuff,
was just
man.
number one last week.
They was trash.
Seahawks was number
So y'all
one
number
last
one in
week.
the polls? Y'all number one in the polls right now?
We number one, bro.
All right.
They got the
For how
best. They
long?
got
We
the better
knocked off
record
the
right
number
now.
one team. To be the king, you got to slay the king, right?
Who's the number one team?
Seahawks. They was ranked number one in the power rankings.
Seattle. This nigga acting like he was.
Sam Darnold was putting
Straight
beats
sea
together.
chickens. Ain't
He
nobody
wasn't
worried
doing
about
nothing.
them.
Sam Darnold playing better than
y'all-
both of y'all quarterbacks.
No, he's not.
We beat the sea chickens.
And Seattle just
We
got
beat 'em.
spanked.
Who your
Yeah.
quarterback?
Mayfield
What's
got
his
injured.
stats compared to Darnold?
He hurt right now.
What's
bro.
Jalen Hurts stats compared to Darnold?
Better.
That's cap.
Look it up.
That's cap.
Look it up.
Darnold throwing damn near 300 a game.
Look it up. You
I'm gonna say
you-
this:
three,
y'all
four
can't run the
touchdowns.
ball, bro.
He knows zero stats about Darnold. This is a fact.
Darnold name. I hear his name every week.
you
Sam
don't.
Darnold. Sam Darnold.
So what
Sam
happened?
Darnold.
Did the Seahawks win last week?
They ran in us.
No, remember they barely won. Remember that on that BS field goal we was watching?
Oh yeah, when it was over. Yeah.
It was doing the thing.
Yeah. But even
He was nervous though. Remember, he was shaking like
he
a
was
dice
spooked.
game.
Yeah.
He got quiet. He acted like it was
Hey, the
no
nigga didn't
joke.
have one word to say. All the
dudes that won.
whole chest deflated. Cuddy started talking to that motherfucker went wide left. Yeah.
Praying for my downfall.
But I'm gonna say this though. What I did like to see that made it better. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders. There we go.
Yeah, we can talk about this.
Shout out to Shedeur Sanders. I knew he was gonna get a first W against the Raiders. I knew this was gonna happen. He showed sparks of being great to me. And like you go back to say about they want him to be humble so bad. But I'm like, Shedeur is confident. It's been instilled in him. That's prime son, and that's what they want to keep using for him. But he's built to play. People can keep hating, but he's better than that backup quarterback. It took them all this time to announce him as a starter. And what I don't like is when our people don't stand for our people. Because we see what's clearly going on in the NFL with him, and everybody else be trying to put belt to ass when it comes to Shedeur and his situation. And then you get us as a people to make it worse without even – I've never seen a quarterback this much scrutiny without getting on the practice squad, without being the starting player and being drafted 5th round. You have to be something for niggas to be making noise about you like this over all this time.
And I'm going to say this. He got a shout out from President Trump.
Oh, facts.
President Trump tweeted personally, Shedeur Sanders was great in capital letters. Wins first game, career start as a pro for Cleveland. Great genes. I told you so in big capital letters. And I'm going to follow up what Trump said. We told you so. Because ever since the draft, we've been telling y'all, bro just got to get a shot. He going to prove all the critics wrong. He let him pop his, he too cocky, he too arrogant. Because I seen a lot of these neo-Nazis who hide their
screen, like the profile.
They hide their racism as if they're being sports critics. But
Right,
really,
yeah.
if you black and you popping your ish and you talking and speaking yourself into greatness, you're arrogant, you're cocky, it's negative. You need to humble yourself. If you white and you doing it, oh yeah, he got the confidence of a winner. That's the next Brady. So, because it's a tweet that's going viral right now. And Dion even reposted it and laughed and said, man, you guys are comedy basically. Because he knows you hating. He black, he did his thing. Y'all all prayed on his downfall. Y'all didn't draft him. Y'all put him 3rd string, no practice squad, no first squad reps. And his first start, he win? He damn near beat the boy the last
Baltimore
week.
Ravens.
He damn near beat the Ravens. And y'all threw him in there during an impossible feat. So we see what's going on, and he's still overcoming and still beating the odds. So big shout out to Shedeur Sanders, man.
On top of that, too, let's just be real. The Raiders could have had him. They had the opportunity of drafting him. You dig what I'm saying? But shout out to, too, hey, you know what's crazy? Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's one of the best defensive ends.
He stood up for him.
Man, he stood up for him. Bro, he was shocked when he threw that pass. He like, oh, my God. It was like he was so excited. Like, we can do this.
Yeah,
because he carried the team on his back. So now he got somebody on the offense now that can help carry the whole squad. Bro, it seemed like it's a whole excitement, rejuvenation in Cleveland right now. Shout out to Bone Thug. Shout out to the whole Cleveland Nation. All that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Bone Thug.
It's crazy, though. It's crazy that you say that, too, because I like that Myles Garrett being the leader of that defense and of that team. Clearly, his voice speaks volumes. So by him speaking on and having support of him, like, basically, we support him. This is what we want going forward. Basically, like, that's the end of that. Like, we don't want to hear nothing else. All that other stuff you trying to put the Gabriel nigga back in, like
no, it's done.
He has all the qualities of a leader, and I'm gonna just say this, man. Like Shedeur, his faith, man. Like he said, the opportunity was gonna present itself. He was being patient. People still want to question him. Mad the way you respond on the question, you should answer it a certain way. But this is what goes when you see people like him and prime family. When your faith is stronger than your circumstances, because now he has the opportunity, but now it's up to him. And we're going to see, because you know what they're going to say? It's just the Raiders. It's just the Raiders. It's the Browns.
Bro.
And ain't nobody got a win on their first debut in, 55 years or something like that?
Yeah.
And damn sure ain't did it in Cleveland.
Yeah,
First
Cleveland.
debut win as a pro in
A
Cleveland.
rookie?
And ain't getting no practice reps with the first squad. No, none of that. Come on, man. He's beating the odds. That's greatness. And what he said, wait till you see the offseason work.
They hate he popping it like that.
Wait till you see the offseason work when I can really get in there with the starters and really run my program the way I want to run. Because he told y'all before he got drafted, don't draft me if you don't want to win. I'm not coming to lose.
Ain't nothing changed about it.
All that be humble, that's loser talk.
And
that's you loser-ass motherfuckers out there sitting on your couch and his light that's shining is dimming your faulty hopeless ass reality.
Bringing their insecurities out, bro. Let's just be real. His confidence bringing out a lot of insecurities. I just hope and pray that they get that man a line so he can have some time and some protection. Because I'm gonna tell you this, the line is shaky than a mug over there.
Nah, it is.
Get that run game going,
but
so
now
that
they got
play
time.
action could get
But
cracking.
you remember how people started going to Cleveland when Odell and them went? Everybody like started trying to go support certain quarterbacks. And I think that's what's gonna start happening with Shador in a sense. Even though people don't like Cleveland, but their defense is good enough. Now if you build on the offense, y'all can actually maybe become something. But shout out to Shador again, man. I'm glad to see him winning.
Yeah,
Even if it was one win. I don't care what it is.
It don't matter.
I'm
He
glad
did
to
it.
see him
Yup.
playing.
For sure.
I'm glad to see
The
him
NFL's
playing.
good. I'm gonna tell you this: the whole NFC North now is just better. You got Aaron Rodgers, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Shador, and now you got what's the old boy that's with the Bengals? Joe Flacco. Right now.
Flacco.
Yeah, because he over there starting for
Oh,
your
for the
boy Joe
Bengals?
Burrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the NFC North is actually got a good mix of young and older quarterbacks.
Y'all
right
just
now.
stay posted though, man.
And Shador, this is my last thing. I like the fact that he seems like the type of person where hate is the motivation. Like y'all put a fuel in that
fuels
man's
him.
back. Yeah, the fire is lit. And it's like, now you got to go to rest. You would like to go using that as motivation and something to prove. Like, I'm going to keep showing y'all. So
That's the mind of a winner.
For sure.
You take the hate and they fuel you. Feed off the hate. Be like the reptilians that run this motherfucking planet. Feed off the hate. Feed off the chaos. You feel me? Why you think I call myself the villain? Because they hate me for my opinion. The hate fuel me. Same way as fueling Shador. So be great, man.
Hey, and Deion Sanders too. Hey, you raised a great young man too, man. That's a black father doing his job, man. Shout out to him too.
Nah,
Definitely, 'cause
facts.
he don't
raised
get
all
enough
his
credit.
Kids. He raised all his kids right. And he raised them, like you said, with a backbone.
Because
Like, yeah.
Peyton Manning, if that was his dad, they'd be all in the headlines right now. Oh, the Mannings, they come from great tutelage. They come from great lineage.
that, yeah, for
Why
sure.
they not saying that about Deion? Deion beating all the odds. Deion had 2 sons go pro. I don't care if his other son ain't no more or not.
Don't
Deion
matter.
beating all the odds with half a foot.
But pay attention to what y'all notice. And even I'm going to use this as an example. People still hate you for that. But look at the black fathers that ain't got their kids up there. You already know what I'm talking
LeVar
about.
Ball,
Yeah, the balls, even LeBron. You seeing the thing going with Deion. And regardless of whatever the case was, even when it came to Bronny, people never give you credit for overcoming those things that you did. Even though you can say what he want, how he got to the NBA, but having a hard problem coming back, even risk willing playing still, like people don't understand what type of mindset and heart you got to have for that.
All black people worldwide, stand up. Black men, black women. Shout out all of y'all. Stand in your greatness. Stand in your blackness. Everything that they hate and try to villainize, stand in that because they fear that. And you know how they fear that? They go out of their way to try to tear us down when we're simply existing. Prime example, the gender war. That gender war was directly started to keep black men and black women fueling at each other. And it almost worked like a charm. Everybody fell for it. Everybody took a part in it. Everybody almost fell for the propaganda, the same way they did the feminist movement, same way they did the war on drugs and the gangs. And you know, they throw all these obstacles and we keep overcoming. The latest obstacle is Twitter accounts, X accounts, fake troll accounts. So what they found out during this X update, that a lot of these accounts who were pretending to be black men, talking down on black women and black men, and a lot of these accounts pretending to be black women, talking down on black men and black women, were based in India. Based in India, and I want to say some parts of Asia, because with the update, you can pinpoint the location of these accounts. So people was going, man, where the fuck is these black people from talking like this? And they're not black. They're nowhere near where black people are. So these other races, whether it be, I don't know, they getting paid by the government, they just got it out for blacks or whatever, because if blacks get on one accord, that is a direct threat to the entire system. That's why they try to erase our history. That's why they steal our history. That's why we don't get credit for building this country. And that's why we don't get credit for every great invention that y'all use every day that they got y'all thinking another race did. What y'all think about this? Because we talk about this on the show all the time.
Nah, it's diabolical. And I don't know why I'm getting out of my vocabulary. It's time for that to change. But yeah, it's crazy work to me now at the end of the day. But like you said, we see the bot farm and we see everything else. So I am not surprised. Black people, we've been telling y'all, we are great. You are great. Everybody's great in their own sense, in their own form. Now you find that and channel that inner greatness and try to become something with it. Because outside of that, they want to, you can never go after somebody they do our race without knowing what's really going on, without really the things that we don't know, knowing yourself and not understanding the power that you possess, that we possess as a whole. So I understand these things. I'm not surprised. They done everything in the book to destroy us, nigga. From captivating to cutting out babies to doing everything else, nigga, hiding your whole identity from who you are, trying to erase your whole thing of existence.
And still our rise on them.
But and that's what they don't understand is DNA encoded, which you can't erase.
Woo.
That's what it is. And yes, exactly. It's you made to be great. They just don't want you to understand that. Because once you do that, what happens? When black people put our mind to key things we want to do and zero in and focus, it's over. They mad. You taking over. So I just say that, man. Salute, man.
Foundational black people, they try to separate us because they feel like that's the way to do it ever since the beginning of time when it comes to slavery. You know what I'm saying? The young gets the old. You know how it goes. At this point now, the jig is up. You can't put us against each other no more, bro. We already know what's going on. The unity amongst us is coming. It's coming now because right now it really starts with us. The fact that we can get along right here on this couch shows that we can do it. And if we can do it, I know the rest of America can do it. And we go lead by example. So at the end of the day, bro, don't even worry about the bots because at the end of the day, that shit is not even real. The internet's not a real place. People spend a lot of time on there trying to impress people who don't even care about them or even know them. Bro, do your purpose. Do what we need to continue to do as black men and black women. Let's be great, like you just said. It's already embedded in us. Let's follow our purpose and let's just show these cats, man, what we out here, what we made of.
And this is to say, even if it is them doing it and it is really actually not propaganda, it's not what we think it is, even if it's real people, we have to stop falling for the okie doke for everything. Mm-hmm. You know, when you seeing them things go on, you look at it from a bird's eye view, you know what time it is, and you keep pushing. Outside of that, they have no control, especially through the internet, but they're trying to do that because the things that you paying attention to are eventually impregnating your mind. How crazy that sound, but it's going to birth something bigger or in that sense. So outside of that, we just got to focus on us, focus on the ones that love you, that show support, and those things in that nature, and the things you want to see out of your life, I should say, because it's so easy to focus on the negative all day, and you got to be aware of that.
In the words of Jim Rohn, stand guard at the door of your mind. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Guard what information you allow to enter your mind. What you think, you become. What you ingest is what you start to think, consciously and subconsciously. So what happened was, every time you go on these accounts, negative comments stand out more than positive comments. Your brain is hardwired to pick up on negative feedback and then use that as a protection system. So it starts to look for that negative feedback because it thinks it's protecting you by finding it and pointing it out. So you see this gender war shit going on. You go out in the real world starting to act that out, even though that's not your real live life experience. So now black women see these bot accounts thinking it's black men saying, oh, F black women, I'm dating out my race. I'm a passport bro. I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah, blah. Then they go and encounter a black man in person and automatically they on 10. Automatically they on the defense. Automatically they looking at him as an enemy because of what a bot in fucking India said. Vice versa with the men. You got all these black women talking shit all day. So now you going out in the streets treating black women like shit based off of a bot account in a whole nother country that's not even black. It's like y'all really got to wake up. It's the same cycle. They just using different tactics, divide and conquer. Same thing with the FBA versus the I don't even like calling them tethers, the foreign blacks, the blacks from other countries. Even though it all started in Africa. It all started from the motherland. You thought they didn't travel back then? Yeah, different tribes. Yes, it's different factions of black people. Yeah, we mixed and now we all different, but we still are the same. You got this melanin in your skin, you're one of the cosmos. We are of the universe. Nigga, look at your hair. Your hair grows straight up. You got an afro, it look like a bush. You got waves, it look like the motherfucking galaxy system. We are of this world. That's why they hate us so much. That's why they study us so much. That's why we accomplish so many mind-bending great things that they can't figure out why and how. They can't destroy us. Wake your game up. Y'all got to stop falling for the okie doke. And it start by raising your frequencies. That's literally just all it is. They feast on you when you're afraid. They feast on you when you're angry. They feast on you when you just only consumed by low-level bullshit. So I definitely got to thank bro for waking my game up. And I got to thank a lot of the comments for waking my game up because a lot of y'all got on my ass. about the low vibrational activity I was partaking in, thinking I'm trying to entertain y'all, and I'm losing sight of the way of, hold on, man. We came to change the game. Yeah, you could do that. You already showed them you could do that, but don't get caught up in
Don't get
that.
lost in the sauce.
Don't get lost in the sauce, because what you actively engaging in, you becoming. And even though you know, okay, it's a greater plan to this, somebody that's watching from afar, they see you arguing with a clown, they just gonna see two clowns.
Can't tell.
They can't tell a difference. If you under them circus lights arguing with a clown, what that gonna make you look
It's
like?
a show going on.
You feel me? So shout out to bro, and shout out to all the supporters who push for a nigga to do better. So
For
y'all
sure.
definitely woke my game up.
And at the end of the day, I look at it too like one of the key things we always see, attachment is one of the biggest rules of all suffering. Think about things and why you suffer, and most of it, like we always say, is in the mind. And the things that you necessarily predominantly get attached to are the things that have you suffering. So once you lose that attachment, and not saying you can't be grateful and appreciate things, but outside of that, especially for men, you have to emotionally detach from a lot of things to be moving forward in this world, because everything is coming at you and making decisions. When you make a decision at something that you is trying to be great at, I should say, the world is going to test you like it hasn't before. The moment you say, hey, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. every day, something is going to keep you up at night, or different things is going to come in your, there is nothing without the temptation, I should say. So you won't get the best benefits. So anything you do, so when you trying to lose weight, people gonna start offering you more food. It's gonna be free stuff coming out these fast food restaurants and shit like that. Things that'll test you, but you have to be aware and stay strong in whatever decision you decide to make. And never get too high, I should say, one more thing on praise, and never get too high when they talking down on you. You know yourself, and if you comfortable and confident in who you are, them things won't even bother you. So just keep going, full speed ahead, man, of our way.
V-way or no way. And I'm gonna say this, because we got a lot of awakened people who watch this show, and we got a lot of people who are looking to awaken themselves, and they come here for the information to be awakened and to find a way. There's a cost with everything. So being awake is great because you're aware, but understand it's a flip side of that coin too. It's the yin and the yang. You're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose friendships, friends and family. People who still lost and can't understand. And it may make it harder to find love. It may make it harder to find a relationship. You a man, it's going to make it hard to bond with a woman. You a woman, it might make it hard to bond with a man, because a lot that goes into building a romantic relationship is games, right? What do we call it when you talking to a female? I'm running game. I'm running game. But when you become awakened, you see through the games. You don't got time for the small talk. But guess what? To get a woman, they require small talk. They require games. They require you manipulating their feelings and emotions to make them feel a certain kind of way so they feel safe enough to bond with you. But an awakened person, they see through the fog. We'll think, why even go through all these motions playing these games? I rock with you, you rock with me. I'm attracted to you, you attracted to me. Let's skip the games and let's just get right to building. But life don't work that way, because we all was programmed under this westernized system where you got to go on 3 dates. You got to do this. He got to do that. So now it's this checklist of jumping through hoops of fire to earn someone's love, when you could just skip all that and just get the building like humans. But just know it's a cost of awakening. It's a price.
I agree with that. I think on the relationship aspect, when you have a woman that's into you and trusting your vision and trusting your purpose, I think it becomes a lot easier. One thing I do realize is that the people that you talk to that don't understand, you're not supposed to be talking to. That's like one of the key points. You're not supposed to be having this conversation if it's this hard for us to get A, B, C and put that in order. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's where a lot of people get lost in the sauce. And what do they say? Like, God makes it hard for you to even work with a person when they're not trying to align with your purpose. Somewhere deep down, it's like, nigga, you need to either cut that off or they need to get on your level. And that's for the most part. And the men that's trying to get on women's programs, that's a lot of, I think, in my opinion, why relationships be fucked up. Because a woman naturally in her DNA needs to be led, regardless if she wants to believe it or not. You have to have that in her. And you have to be able to, I don't think you have to necessarily even play games. If you have a woman that you show appreciation, you know what I mean? You good for her cooking, you grateful for certain things, and you expressing those things, that's what they need to hear a lot. And that's what be messing them up. But like people like us, we don't always want to communicate on those levels. But you got to make them necessary efforts, in my opinion, even when you don't want to. And that's a part of being awakened, as he's saying. Being aware of knowing that you have to tap into those feelings for her. Not necessarily your feelings, but to keep her feeling a certain way.
No, for sure. Like, I wish you didn't have to play games, but really think about it. They call it the dating game. They literally call it the dating
back
game.
Out there as if like I was sitting on the bench. Now it's my turn to get back in.
Exactly.
But is that just a westernized thing? Because you go to other places, you think they playing games like that? They're not playing games when they get the father to set you up with his daughter and all that stuff. You finna make this work.
Well, that's the rules of their game.
Yeah, I know,
You
but
know
it's not a game. Nigga. It's real life.
benefit,
Nigga.
though.
You gotta have your shit in order and everything
Hey,
else.
I'm gonna give you my daughter so we can be part of our kingdom and we go build together.
But a lot of that times you got the daughters who not feeling who they getting set up with.
Nah, I agree
and a
with
lot of
that.
them running to the States for the freedom. So it just depends on how you raise. All I'm saying is don't think everything gonna be peaches and cream because now you put them glasses on. Once you put these bad boys on, this ain't just for fashion. Like we've been telling y'all since day one, go watch They Live. Go see what these represent. Then go watch The Matrix. Understand why Neo and his whole squad had these on. It wasn't just for fashion. Notice when they went to the real world, nobody had these on. Only when you go in there and you going against the agents and you got your squad, everybody had these on. This represents something.
Don't forget the Men in Black when you put your glasses on.
Men in Black.
Come on, bro.
Put the glasses on. I'm going to flash you. Guess what? These going to protect me. So just know it is a heavy price and it's effed up to say you even got to leave some family behind.
I think I was going to say, you just touched it. It'd be the ones that you think that will support you the most that really wouldn't. Because what they see is, why would you even try to do this? Because they know in themselves they can't do it themselves. They're projecting their insecurities. Just like with this podcast thing, I'm pretty sure somebody was all like, dude, you crazy for even doing that. Why would you do that? It's going to be hard. You ain't going to have time. You work out. You got kids. You got to, all the excuses in the world. And then when they see you do it, it's like, man, how did he do it? Because I can't see myself doing it. You know what I'm saying? They start projecting their insecurity. So you got to shake that off. But one thing about that, Jesus Christ himself was even tested and tempted by the devil when he was praying. He was asking his father, like, God, did you forsake me? Nah, you didn't. I'm just up here getting clarity because I'm up here on this mountaintop. But even the devil will come up to you like, hey, bro, where your dad at now? But in the midst of it, a blessing came on the way. You just got to be patient and stay persistent, bro. No matter how hard is it. Because I'm going to tell you this, easiness is easy to come to. That's why people tend to lean towards the easy way, the easy route, easy street.
But they don't respect the easy stuff.
Well, they don't respect it. But see, they watch people do the hard stuff. That's why, let's just be real. We got a podcast right now. It's hard to start a podcast. It's hard to get the followers up. That's why they watch us now. I appreciate it, but you got to realize anything that's hard, a lot of people don't want to do.
Facts, but and make it valuable too. And understand this. When I say a lot of family got to get left behind, don't think, oh, viral, you a snake, you this, you that.
No.
You never turn on your family. You got to realize your own family can hold you back. Sometimes you got to even love your family from afar. And they say blood ain't always thicker than water. It might be a person you met out in the world that you don't share blood with, but they'll support you more than your family. They'll get you further than your own family. So I'm not saying you got to just abandon and leave your family for dead, but a lot of your family is going to be oh, you used to. You got to get away from the people who only remember the way you used to be. Oh, you changing, you different. Oh, you started that little podcast, you letting the fame get to your head. Oh, you getting some money now. Oh, you changing. I remember you was broke on the mat. They want to keep you there because they still stuck there. So you got to detach from that, get with the like-minded people, and then you got to wait for them to wake up on their own. You can't force them.
Hey,
all you can do, like I said on that live, keep that tunnel lit. Keep that light lit. Keep that torch burning. Keep that information flowing in that tunnel. So when they do stumble across the light, guess what? The information is there for them to download, just like in the Matrix. When they hook your ass up to that seat and they plug them cords in and you downloading all the new information, same thing. When they get in the tunnel, hook them up, download that information. And they said they could really do that too, by the way. I just saw an article, but we'll get to that later though.
Yeah, I don't even think everybody doesn't even want to get to that point, and I don't think everybody's going to get to that point in this lifetime. They say we live many lifetimes, so it might be different. But just know, for me, understanding, once you understand that life is a constant test and it's never going to stop, then you just look at it like, man, once you accept that, life ain't easy, but it's going to be easier in a sense because you accepted that it's going to be hard. So in my opinion, it gives you to a point where you can look at it as, like you said, if it is a game, but this is going to make me more of a beast, this is going to make me more stronger, I'm going to come out a better, more resilient, preserved, accomplished person on the flip side of this, So I just say keep grinding, keep going, man, because it's gonna have to show up.
What you was about to say towards the change, viral, I wanted to kind of combat that. If somebody ever tell you that, man, you change, you acting different, wherever the case may be, look at your life as decades. At 10 years old, you change from when you 20. From 20 years old, you change from when you 30. When you 30, you change from when you 40, and so on and so on. What I'm trying to get at is if you're not changing, you're not growing, you're not elevating, what are you doing? You're supposed to change. You're supposed to elevate. I'm not the same person I was when I was 10. I'm not the same person who I was when I was 20. I'm not the same person who I was 30. That's part of elevating your life. So yeah, the person you remember me at that time, I'm supposed to change. I'm supposed to move different. I'm supposed to elevate my game and my thinking and my thoughts. So if I'm not doing that, that means I'm staying stagnant. That means I'm not affecting. I'm not changing. That means I'm failing. We gotta all change for the good.
I think necessarily because we hold so many standards of people like, oh, I never change and I never do this and never do that. There's nothing wrong with changing. And I might not necessarily have changed all the way. It's just more so I change the things that I do. As you get to a certain point, you should start changing the things that you do because that's going to get you the same results that you had. What are you trying to do? And then you think about when you really sit there and think, majority of people going to spend their life 9 to 5 until you 70, 75 and just go out. Think about the type of trash life that's going to be. You working every day and then you're never trying to at least grow out of that and do something different, I should say. And you got to really sit there and think about that at night. Like, you get up every day working. You see these old niggas starting to come out in these videos more like crying. Like, nigga, I'm 62, nigga. I'm still going to work. They changing the retirement ages. They doing everything else. Anything that you thought you was dangling and hoping for, if you're not trying to carrot, if you're not working your way out the rat race, it's ugly. It's ugly.
Bro, and speaking of changing on what you doing, when I met Short, you know what we was doing? Going to every function possible.
Outside.
I'm talking every function possible. Leaving functions, stumbling, in the car, drunk, not even knowing how we got home, pulling up to the crib, car still on, door open.
With Jack in the Box.
Hanging out the car, in the function, getting into it with niggas, rumbling with niggas. Damn near getting in, all that.
Every weekend.
And this was regular. And then something just clicked. I call Show now, hey, what you doing on the weekend? He at home on the grill, cleaning the backyard, walking the dog, family day, chilling. We always did the family day thing, but we just eliminated all the low vibrational, lead nowhere stuff. We want to party, have a good time. Guess what? We booking a flight.
That part.
Out of here. What country? Another stamp. Okay, we back home, back to work. Trying to get out what you say? The rat race. Just really think about that. They call it the rat race. They're calling you a lab rat.
Right.
They're injecting you with all type of stuff, putting shit in your food, putting you in little projects, taking away your resources, giving you resources, giving them more resources while giving you less, just to see how you react. It's one big ass fucking project. Why do you think they call it the projects? They're literally watching you. Like the Truman Show. Just sit back. Okay, we're gonna get one person out of this family $1 million. Let's see if they eat. Let's see if they eat them. Let's see if his own family turn on them. Let's see if his own hood turn on them. All this shit is one big game. You just gotta know how to play the rules and wake your game up. And everything that's fair ain't gonna get you there. Because it's a lot of people working them 9 to 5s, playing life fair, playing the game fair, working hard as hell and broke as hell. It's not about working hard. The hardest workers be the motherfucking brokers out there working the bottom tier jobs, breaking their backs in them factories and warehouses, jumping off them forklifts. And yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. They working hard. It's the ones that's working smart that's winning. That's what you need to do. And really think about what's fair. Who made the rules of the game? The rules of the game itself ain't fair.
The rules of the game is the laws of the universe. Them is the real rules that they don't dispute to you. Them is the rules that you really got to follow because that's what's going to give you the kickback. Everything else is just like made up by like agreements that we came up with. So for the most part, like you said, you gotta stay down and stay on it. And I'm not judging people that still want to do that every weekend. There is nothing wrong with that if that's what makes you happy or makes you think. But you got to think about how time does fly. They used to tell us that as a kid, and you never thought about that. Then you look up, you like, damn, cuz like.
What have I done in the last 10 years?
Yeah, or even that, or even just, I suggest people try to do something to challenge yourself. Do something different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you don't work out, try to start working out. If you ain't did nothing, do a small habit of reading books. And then because I was asking y'all this in the thing too, I want to talk about that. Like, they say old habits die hard or bad habits and stuff like that. What are like key ways you think that can kill that? Because to me, in my mind, I don't think habits even necessarily die off. I just think you have to replace bad habits with better habits. Because if not, you're going to, this is how addicts and everything else continue to go back to the bad habits. You get what I'm saying?
No,
So,
you preaching on that. I know people typically who smoke cigarettes, they have this thing called hand-mouth syndrome or something like that. So people who typically smoke cigarettes, when they stop smoking cigarettes, they start to gain weight because then they start eating a lot. You know what I'm saying? They start getting to eating a lot more because they used to doing this. And so you got to replace that with a healthier habit. Now you got to start going to the gym. Now you got to start taking out that frustration and other things like that. So you do have to replace the habit no matter what it is, whether it's somebody, if you want to say working out, if you can't do push-ups, start off just doing one. Then that one's going to lead to 3. Start challenging yourself each day. 1% better is better progress. And before you know it, over time, you're going to be maxing out quick.
I'll say like this. I know we always say mindset, but it really is.
it's the key to everything.
It's the key to everything because really you got to sit back and you got to look at your habits. Write all your habits down, good and bad. Then write all your goals down. Any habit that does not help propel you to your goal, eliminate it because you're just wasting time doing it. If you got a goal, you're trying to get somewhere, you're trying to accomplish something, look at your habit list. Is me doing this helping me to accomplish this and reach here? If not, why am I doing it?
How does it soothe me?
How does it suit me? How does it help me? How does it propel me? Is it putting me on a forward trajectory or is this habit taking me back? Because just think, you go every weekend getting drunk, you high on drugs, that's just taking you back, bro. It's going to take you 2-3 days to kick that out your system. Then you got to think how much money you spend. I just went out this past weekend and had a drink for the first time in a long time. I went to Joey's, downtown LA. I got some chicken wings. I got 2 old fashions and some truffle fries. That shit was like over $100.
For sure.
Mind you, I left starving, left and went to the taco truck right across the street. If you've been to Joey's downtown LA, you know they got them 3 taco trucks. Fire, too. Went to the taco truck, $30 more worth of Mexican food, a burrito and like a taco special. So I just spent $100 in here on drinks. And then I went over here, spent another $40, $50. And then I look at the bill, I could have just stayed home and cooked and all the food would have been better anyway.
Nah, that's
more
fact.
fulfilling.
I think when you do stuff like that, you should look at it more as for the experience. But like you said, it is more fulfilling, especially with a home cooked meal. But I think even when you go down that rabbit hole even further, do you think a lot of people even actually have goals? Because that's what I mean when they get stuck on the hamster wheel. A lot of people don't got goals, don't know how to set goals, and they're never trying to achieve nothing outside. The goal is just to get up. Why are you waking up in the morning? You know what I'm saying? You wake up just to go to work. You come back. Then, okay, I can't wait till the weekend. Let me do what I need to do on the weekends in my spare time. And time is to the point where it's an illusion, but you have to create or get into a space. We all want to be financially free to get to a space, but what does it take or what does it look like to even do that? And most people are never thinking that until you get to, like I say, you maybe get 40, 50 years old. You look up and like, damn, I haven't done shit. I haven't challenged myself at nothing, you know? So I tell people all the time, it's even exercise that I think that can help when you in certain spots of reprogramming, or how should I say, not reprogram. It is reprogramming, but cultivating your own mind. So maybe having a gratitude journal at night, write a list of 10 things you're grateful for in that day. And then on the 10th one, write what you're most grateful for. You know, these are some exercises that have helped me when my mindset is not where it needs to be. And it helps you focus on what you want more and not what you don't want. Because the things that no matter what, the mind is going to do what it does. If you want to be negative, complaining, and focus on that all day, you're going to constantly get more negative things and things to complain about in your life. If you focus on the good things, those things are going to focus back on you. So it's like a boomerang effect.
You know what's the coldest quote that I heard in a long time that really had me thinking? It said, weekends are for the poor. And I had to really think about that. Weekends are for the poor because when you're rich and you're wealthy, every single day is the weekend. You got control of your time every single day. The poor, they can only enjoy life on the weekends, or so they train themselves to think. So just think, out of 7 days in a week, if you're a working man or woman, you chalk up 5 to work, and that's it. You chalk up 5 days to I can do nothing until Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm preparing for Monday. So weekend is literally a poor mindset to plan for the weekend. I know we think, oh yeah, we enjoying, this, that, and the third, but really think you chalking up 5 days. You're chalking up majority of your time. You're chalking up majority of your year, majority of your life to work, and that's it. Nothing, no hobbies, no nothing. I can't do nothing. You eliminated majority of your life and planning for the smallest time frame during the week. That's poor shit. And that keep you on that hamster wheel and in that rat race. Weekends are for the poor.
What I was gonna say when y'all were talking about like positive and like writing down your journal, it's something I think we missed on too. The circle you surround yourself with, association bring on simulation, bro. You got to be aware of who you're around too as well, because the energy you're around and attract, that's what you're going to become eventually. So if you're hanging around alcoholics, what you think you're going to become? An alcoholic. You hang around the barbershop, you go eventually get a haircut. So on and so forth. You get what I'm saying?
I ain't cutting my shit.
No, but I'm saying.
I know a lot of niggas who be in there doing nothing.
But I'm just saying they just sitting there wasting time.
Yeah,
you dig what I'm
facts.
saying? You sitting up there basically being a cuck of life, homie. You watching everybody live their life by you sitting up there just watching and not doing nothing. Participate. So your circle of friends really go tell you who you are. So you got to understand, if your circle of friends is not where you want to be, you need to start figuring out a new set of friends as well, along with the things that they were just talking about. Because again, you're around this circle of people, that shit can drain you, because you can have a positive mindset and it only takes that negativity to pull you down. And next you know, your idea is not even a action no more. You just go be like, well, shit, the homies ain't fucking with it.
A lot of things is easier said than done. I think sometimes it's hard for people to get to a point where they accept that they've outgrown people they've known all their life. Like, I don't think it's that easy for most people to just cut that off and be like, well, I'm not accepting this person's phone calls, because now you look at it like you changed up, you fake, you X, Y, and Z. But even when you think about the conversations in your contacts, what type of conversations are you really having? Are any conversations, the nigga ever calling you out the blue like, hey, let's build, let's do X, Y, and Z, let's put this together? Most of the conversations are gonna be about some problems, like you said, about hanging out, and you might got a small 5% of people that want to get some dough with you. But outside of that, what is the conversation? We just wasting air at this point.
This the beauty of it. When you're awakening and you're leveling up, people eliminate themselves.
No, they do.
If you notice,
Your phone be dry.
people stop calling when they know, oh, damn, Viral ain't even drinking no more. And they want to drink, they're not calling Viral. Oh, Viral ain't just standing on the block for no reason, no more. So when they want to go stand on the block, they're not calling Viral. They know if I call Viral, it got to be about something. It got to be about some building. It got to be about some travels, getting some money, taking the kids. It got to be about something that I'm not even on. So naturally, they ain't calling your number, so they eliminate themselves. They eliminate themselves because they know I can't call Messiah with this bullshit. I can't call Schultz with this. Oh, you know who I could call? Oh, yeah, Danny, he want to gossip. I call Viral gossip and go, oh, yeah, I'm going to call you back. Bam, line gone. Sometimes might not even say that. Just hang up. Hey, what happened? Oh, man, service is gone. And I stopped telling niggas that. Man, listen, you talking about some bullshit, bro. Don't call me to gossip, none of that.
Because that should have drained your energy.
It drain your energy. And
shit
don't
drain.
call me to just vent. You don't know what type of day I had, bro. If you need some advice, that's cool. But I'm trying to get to a resolution. So if you calling just to complain and you want to listen in ear just to get it off your chest, go pay a therapist, nigga, because I ain't here for that.
I'm going to say this. So you kind of answered it in a two-way. If the homie want to vent, I'm going to let him vent, but I am going to give him a solution. Now, if you don't want to listen to the solution, there ain't no more venting after that.
I get you.
Yeah,
you can, if you down and out, you can call me.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like you said, if you keep coming with the same thing constantly, they going to shut that shit down.
Like if I'm calling you like, hey, bro, hypothetical, hey, Viral, check this out, bro. I got a situation at my job, whoop-de whoop, whoop, whoop. How do you think you would handle the situation? If I'm calling and asking for advice because I'm ready to slap the shit out of my supervisor. You get what I'm saying? I'm venting, but yet I'm also like, hey, bro, am I tripping? Like, let me see from your perspective. I feel like as a homie, it is your obligation to be there if they own that, time. Now, if they not, they just want to vent, kind of like on some woman type shit, that female energy, then that's when you can.
No, for sure. That's what your circle's for.
I'm not going to say it's an obligation. I'm going to just say more so out of respect. If you fuck with me like you say you do, then yeah. Because we get to so many points where we see all the time where men don't go to men for nothing. Like, we don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. For men, we got to start doing. I don't want to
so you don't crash out.
Yeah, so because, we know too many people who have. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably didn't have that outlet. I feel like now as black men, we really do got to be there for each other because at the end of the day, if we ain't here for us, who gonna be here for us?
No, facts. Because I know I done had people call. And I sat there and listened 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, bro, from what it sound like, you should do this, boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I hear you. But yeah, man, but with this bitch, and like they just want to keep telling you how wrong the bitch is. Or how wrong their boss is, or how, like that's all they want to keep saying. You like, yeah, I feel you. Just leave her though.
And
She did this, she cheated. Okay, you gotta leave. Or you gonna stay. You gonna stay or you gonna leave?
That part.
I'ma leave. Man, you believe this? All right, cause I gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
I
'Cause
get that.
yeah, you're not trying to get nowhere.
But then when it comes to people like that, in my opinion, sometimes they either so caught up in their emotions about either what's going on, or like you said, they're not trying to hear you. They just want somebody that's gonna side with them. You don't want me to tell you like the truth, as you
yes,
say,
man.
because when you do that, either if somebody can analyze that and be like, well, cuz spoke some real shit, or you got to dissect things yourself in every conversation. Is there some truth in what they saying, or they just talking just to talk, or do they want it, or they happy I'm going through this? So you have to be able to analyze that and then come up with your own solution after somebody's giving you something. Especially now, you go to somebody that's been through it, and then they give you the information. And what you do with that is on you at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think so. I should have said that. I think if someone's venting to me, I'm assuming they're coming to me because they know that I probably have that life skill and I've been through that, so they coming to me for that.
Or
advice.
they just respect your mindset. What was your do?
Exactly,
Facts.
and that's how I kind of look at it. More so for your guy circle, you come into advice to kind of see where they coming from to make sure I'm not tripping, or if I am, can y'all help me correct the situation so I can have a better outcome?
Facts. Hey, look, we got more high power topics, but before we do, music, one of my favorite topics, one of my favorite subjects. So I definitely want to shout out to Wale. He just dropped a banger of an album.
I knew this thing was gonna go crazy about this.
Listen, I'm keeping it 100. I always liked the Wale singles. I never just tapped into Wale music. I never just really tapped into Wale music. I never just said really turn that Wale on. I really used to only listen to him on features. Wale and Nip, Wale and Rick Ross, Wale and Meek Mills, and some of his singles. This album is not only a banger, it's called Everything Is a Lot. I want to shout out Wale for making albums again. It's 18 songs on this album. We're in the era where albums is 6, 7 songs. Anything more than that, people saying you doing too much.
Are they albums or EPs for the most part?
Whatever they calling them. Bro took it back to the essence. And every song is soulful. I don't know who he got to produce on this, but it's just a feel-good album. It's a feel-good album. You can play it now. You can play it in the spring. You can play it in the summer. What he's talking about is substance-filled. He's not talking no bullshit. Wale, he really be for the women. So, but I could relate to what he's saying about the women. And like I said, I could be in getting my little 3-step on to this album. Okay, cuz got some high frequencies on this album.
The best thing I did here was the production. I love the beat selection. A lot of rappers are not good at picking beats. He got some great beats. Now, it's a cool album, and context matters. When I was sitting up in there with the thing on my head, he heard the Wale music playing. This nigga was in there singing it. He ain't gonna tell y'all that part though. Gonna make it look like a nigga was in there just sick. But yeah, I was listening to the album, trying to marinate on it. That's how I listen to music. If I'm not in the car, I like to just sit back and let it marinate. But it was a cool album, but it was regular. It wasn't nothing to be super like go crazy about, in my opinion. Maybe I'm gonna slap it again when I leave here just to see what's really going on. But it seemed like more so just about women for the whole thing.
Yeah, that's Wale back. It's all about the women.
Yeah.
Women love cuz. He rap for the women. I will say the samples is fire. You gotta go through the samples.
Yeah, he used the paid in full sample.
Yeah, cuz got some cold samples.
He got some good things.
My favorite song on there, like I said, they all bang to me, is Where to Start, number 3. I played that shit like 6 times this morning, back to back to back.
The one I liked is Belly. Is Where to Start? Is that it's like the low-key turn up?
Yeah, that's the dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's day party music.
Yeah, I liked that one. That was a banger.
Song number 1 is Hard.
He
Belly
got the Mike
Hard.
Alfredo, whatever he got. But
Shout out to Wale,
Wale
cuz
did his
he
thing,
turning
though.
it up.
But
Wale turning it up.
It's slowly getting
Making a
there.
comeback.
Yeah,
Because Ransom, he dropped something too. I know a lot of y'all probably don't know who he is, but Ransom right now, if you like Griselda, Ransom low-key birthed that style in a way. If you're familiar with the A-Team, if you're familiar with DJ Clue, when he had the Desert Storm label, he had Joe Budden, Stack Bundles, Triangle Offense. Ransom come from out of that. It's called The Uncomfortable Truth. Now, this is more like an EP. It's like 8 songs. Ransom and Conductor Williams. Fire. Just, it's fire. It's real. Not really gritty, but just think of like nighttime, you watching the show, it's got that black and white coming out the alley, and it got the different shadings to it. That's how the album make you feel on some old Dick Tracy shit. If you're a fan of lyrics, bars, metaphors, storytelling, tap in with Ransom, man. His wordplay is out of this world, his lyricism right now. He definitely top 10 right now, just the way he putting the words together. And I see Ransom got on his health tip. You know, Ransom used to be a big sloppy looking nigga drinking 40s and shit. It looked like he got his health together. I don't know if he's vegan now, whatever, but he just got a different glow to him, no homo.
I would like to see rappers get back on the collab tip. You know, we got a lot of great hits when rappers was doing the collabs. We was getting a lot of hits in that era. I want to say maybe even and what was that, man? The earlier 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah, for sure.
Or maybe 07, 8, all the way up until maybe 10 or something. But you would get a lot of rappers.
50, Lil Wayne.
Not even just that, because you had the Wayne, the Rosses, you had the
DJ Khaled squad when he used to bring all of them together.
And that's what I wanted to say about his album. I would have liked him to put a Fab feature on there. Some of them beats Fab for sure would have killed in his soul tape bag. You could have put Max on there. You should have got him fresh out and maybe a little French. Like them type of beats, they be murdering those type of beats to me.
This album probably was in the works way before Max got out.
Yeah, but not even that. Or right now, you could have threw Fab on one of them songs. I know.
Is Fab rapping? Like Fab, what's up, cuz?
Bro, Fab be dropping shit all the time.
No, he don't. He ain't dropped nothing in a while. Cause you know he got his own YouTube where he be dropping shit. The last thing I seen him drop was that Yellowstone video.
I'll just be typing his name in. Cuz be having shit.
Y'all saw Monica brought Max B out. Cuz he going crazy right now. But the crowd, I don't think that was his crowd. A lot of people trying to clown him, saying his music is outdated. Because the show that he did in New York, the crowd was going crazy. But you got to think, if I'm going to a Monica concert, the fan base in there,
that's women.
They probably don't even know who Max B is. No. So they was low key like a deer in headlights.
My wife, she went to the Brandy and Monica concert, and when I picked her up from there, trust me, it wasn't too many masculine men up in there or nothing like that. I'm gonna just keep it like that. A lot of women, and you know, the community was there.
But Max tried to do a lot of singing in his music. That's probably why they took him to that type of concert. But I just think sometimes it's nostalgia for most people with Max. So if you knew Max before, then you might still mess with him. But a lot of these people are not gonna just go off. The wave sound is not always for everybody. Like, and I'm not gonna digress. I understand how that could happen. Like, Cud got to put himself out there more musically before, because now they're just getting the personality from him.
Okay, now this is a topic that's shaking the streets up. It's shaking the world up, low key. Because as you all know, the medical field is one of the most sought after fields as far as careers.
Lucrative.
As far as being lucrative.
Man.
So Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act has reclassified nursing degrees as non-professional for the purpose of federal loan limits. So according to multiple credible sources, the U.S. Department of Education has redefined what counts as a professional degree for the purposes of graduate federal student loan limits, and notably, nursing degrees are now excluded from the professional category. So what exactly has changed? Starting July 1st, 2026, graduate students in non-professional degree programs will face federal loan caps of $20,500 per year and $100,000 lifetime. Graduate students in programs classified as professional degrees will face higher caps, $50,000 per year and $200,000 lifetime. The department lists as professional degree programs medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, optometry, law, veterinary medicine, and a list of other things. Nursing included practitioners are not included. So long story short, if you want to get a nursing degree, you want to go to medical school, it's expensive. You need loans. Before this bill change, they were able to get the loans. Not only able to get the loans, a lot of those loans were forgivable. So, AKA, you getting free money, right? Because a lot of the lower class people go to get these nursing degrees. A lot of first class people from their families, not first class. You might be the first one out your family to make high income. So you might come from Section 8, go to nursing school. Now you're making big money. Now your daughter go to nursing school. Okay, now that changes the whole trajectory of your family. Now you don't get those same loans, and there's a limit. So now you come from a lower income family, you can't afford to go to medical school. You can't afford to complete these programs to pay for it. And now the loans are capped. So now you got to go to an outside source to get a loan. And we all know, guess what? Higher interest rate. They're more predatory. So now they're going to be preying on these students. You're going to be dead broke before you even ever get a job. So the only people who could afford to make it through medical school now without the aid of a loan, or if they need somebody to co-sign, is who? The upper class. And who already runs the medical field?
Billionaires.
Certain demographics, right? You got the Indians, they in there heavy. And it's not the Cambodians, it's the they along them lines. Like not Asian, not Cambodian, it's
The Vietnamese?
Vietnamese.
yeah, like the Vietnamese, if you go to the Kaiser, they running it.
There's a lot of
They are
Asian,
running it.
When it
And
comes-
Hispanics is
yeah.
going to come up too.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. And I'm gonna say this: it's really bad for women because let's just be real. That's a women-dominant field, from CNAs to LVN, phlebotomists, whatever you want to call them, man. Whatever part of nursing is, that's a lot of jobs, a missed opportunity for women now. So at this point now, women, look how the government is going to look at your position now in the world. And again, we all know registered nurses do damn near all of the work that a doctor is supposed to do, but he don't do. He get the nurses to do all the hand-to-hand stuff and things that the doctors don't really want to perform. It falls on the nurses. And
What is really going on in their mind that they want to make it so terrible for Americans at this point? Like, it's no matter what you do, you think you found a loophole through the medical stuff. Like you said, you
Nope.
seen your kids or your daughters find something to do to keep them out the way and to be progressive and successful in life, where they can excel at something, and they're doing stuff like this.
Like, you got to really think about this, bro. Because people going, well, viral, why do that matter? Blah, blah, blah. Bro, you got to go to medical school to get this degree. But the loans that you qualify for now are capped so that you don't have enough to complete this, which means 9 times out of 10, now most people are going to gear towards different degrees. So most of those low-income people are going to be gearing towards different things. And I had to really think, okay, I know they want to keep the rich rich and the poor poor. I know they want to separate that gap and destroy the middle class, which they're effectively doing now, right? Because homes, I think over 53% of homes are losing money for the first time in history. They're down, right? The equity is going in reverse. We'll talk about that later. But is this to help usher in AI? Because now, if there's a shortage on nurses and nurse practitioners, which there already is currently right now, they're saying there's not enough. Oh, we need more people. But then they're making it non-affordable for more people to go in those fields. But you know what they can do? Hey, we got these robots that can do surgery.
Exactly.
We already see them doing it. So now, slowly usher out people and slowly usher in these damn robots,
Yeah,
the
I-
AI. And then if you don't got the job, once they figure out AI can do everything, here goes the universal income. Don't even worry about it. You don't need the job. We're going to pay you to go do something else.
I feel like that could be a strong point to it, but I just look at it like you said. They've done some type of study to understand, like you said, of sending them to a different route, more controlling it, more access at doing what they want to do when it comes to the pharmaceutical companies. And now you get to these points where you don't have people in positions that come from regular homes or regular integrity, regular things that not willing to compromise over keeping certain information in. Because a lot of these people that be working in them spaces be exposing stuff that we find out through maybe
Later on,
third
yeah.
party or just people in general. You know a lot based off of some people that work in those spots of how they treat people and things like that. And they're going to get it to a point where you got to be down with the program that they own, or you ain't even going to be in here. And for the ones that we can't sway, you ain't even getting in this direction no more.
And I apologize to the Cambodians and the Asians. It's Filipinos dominate the medical field. And they dominate it to a degree where they only want to get their family in. So right now, if you go look up, there's a lot of lawsuits against a lot of these Filipino practitioners and nurses that are cited for discrimination, specifically in California, where they're low-key trying to get other races fired, mainly the black nurses. The black nurses, they're really trying to get y'all out of here. Between the Hispanics and the Filipinos, they're trying to get y'all out, and then they try and get their people in. And I know you go, viral, how you going to say this? Like I said, there's cases going to court right now. You can look them up from both parties, which I mentioned. And I got people on the inside who they're being actively discriminated against. Now I got one. I want to call him on the show. I wanted to change his voice because he don't want his voice on there. But I know you could change it through the mics, but I don't know if you could change it through the phone calls. But he called me yesterday. I was on the phone with him for like 30 minutes, and he was telling me about what's going on, about how even when you pass a lot of these courses, then you go to the hospitals and you got to sit in front of the board to get hired or whatever. He's telling me the entire board was Filipino or Hispanic. And they telling him no. Oh, yeah, you got to go back and take this English course. Like, bitch, I'm American. Only language I speak is English. You're a foreigner. How are you telling me I got to go learn English? You just learned the shit here. So it's a lot of politics going on behind the scenes. And like always, blacks is getting hit the hardest. So all of y'all black nurses out there, y'all should have been speaking up about this shit he was telling me. He's telling me they was talking about this stuff way back during COVID, but what was happening was a lot of people were buying their nurse degrees. So during COVID, they wasn't really checking. You know, everybody was getting travel nurse money and all of that. It was a lot of scamming going on with the PPP and the fake identities. And he's telling me a lot of these foreigners were buying the degrees.
And a lot of people were afraid to work at the time, too, during that time. You know, they thought working in a hospital was automatically ticket to death. Because I remember then, I actually know a few CNAs, and they're like the lower tier when it comes to the nurses poll. But I remember they boosted up their pay rate during COVID. At that time, they started getting paid more. I think they were making, I don't know, like maybe 13. I don't want to throw a wrong number out there. It was a low number. But when that COVID came, bro, they boosted their pay rate all the way up. But see, they capped them as CNA. They don't want to put them at registered nurses because registered nurses typically make more. You know what I'm saying? You're doing all the grunt work at the CNA level. And those are typically where they want to keep the blacks at, or like the people who don't really want to elevate there.
And I think a lot of those people be afraid to come out. If they already in position, majority of them be like, well, I don't really got no problems or X, Y, and Z. They just turn a blind eye to everything. It's like, I'm not going to sacrifice myself trying to speak out on something. And this is what we see more of, more in a spot where it's strength in numbers, and it be very few of us in those spots. That's why when it comes to our women or our men in these spaces, y'all got to be able to stick together the same way they do. Don't think you're just, because you connected to somebody else in that field, that you're better off than the next person. You running your mouth about the other black looking like a goofy, and they looking at you crazy.
Laughing at both the situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Now just think, for current nursing students, imagine you a student right now, you halfway through. If you're still in school on or after July 1st, 2026, your federal loan limit shrinks. You might hit a new lifetime cap of $100,000 before finishing. So that means you got to go get one of them predatory private loans to finish. Because who wants to quit if they halfway there or 75% there? For the future nursing student, every nursing graduate program is treated as non-professional by the federal government. You get the lowest loan limits of all graduate programs. So what that means, many students won't have enough federal loan money to cover tuition and living expenses. So, bro, it's finna get crazy. You know, if you in the upper class, this is gonna now be an upper class only job, because if you're too poor to pay to get through school, how do you get this degree? So we've been telling y'all these degrees was just pieces of paper. It was just an obstacle to get through, to get whatever. Now they just, in the snap of a finger, they took the power away from that piece of paper. Not only did they take the power away, they made it harder for you to get now. Just like that, within the snap of a finger. And who voted for this? Because y'all love to say, oh, we need to vote. They just woke up one day and said, we doing this shit. Nobody, no people out here, no citizen nowhere said, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, they threw it in the big, beautiful bill. And I know they're going to say, well, we voted for Trump, so technically we voted for the big, beautiful bill. Yeah, but they just put that shit in there. Nobody said, oh, yeah, that's great for the economy. That's great for the working class people.
But what exactly what's going to happen is that the people going to be mad at the people. The people going to be mad at the people for voting for Trump instead of being mad at the people that's implementing all these things. That's what they're going to say. Well, it was this side of this party that chose to vote for him. We told y'all not to do it. And you want to be right so bad instead of and looking at it for what it is. Yeah. But now that's exactly what's really gonna happen. You're gonna get people talking about it the way we are, but they're gonna be attacking the people who really have no central control over nothing.
Ants in the jar syndrome, shaking the ants and ants fighting. And it's crazy because MAGA is low-key turning on Trump now. All the red hat wearers and all the Trump is God, Trump is. We told y'all don't put no faith in no politician. None. Zero. It's a game. And if you think any of them was on your side, you a goddamn fool. They eating shrimp, caviar, the finest champagnes. They laughing on they fucking 300 feet yachts, 4 football field yachts. They laughing.
Hey, what you think about this though? How about like how certain hospitals can monopolize like a medical school? Like say like let's use Kaiser out here on the West Coast. You know that's a big entity, correct? What if Kaiser start creating like medical schools that only Kaiser's going to hire you through them, so you get loans through them, so you got to pay them back with the money you make. You know what I'm saying?
They killing the game.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, they killing the game.
Think about like I'm gonna give you a degree, but you only can work for Kaiser. If you leave, you got to pay us from you know what I'm saying the money that you owe, and this is only tangible for our hospital.
That'd be cold.
Come on, bro.
That'd be monopolizing the game.
It would
That'd
be
be monopolizing.
They'd make more money on the back end for themselves.
Exactly,
but
bro. And you can't leave. You
but
can't go
you
nowhere.
stuck. Lifetime contract.
But the government ain't gonna do that. They ain't letting them get it. We need a piece of this pie.
No,
That's just what's gonna happen.
I'm just saying though. I'm just now because now that's not considered a degree. Like
because you're right. Because then you get to a point where it just becomes like a company job.
Yeah, company job. That's what I'm saying. At that point, a medical is part of a company job. Think about that, bro. Think about if hospitals can start monopolizing schools at that point. That means at that point you can never. You
only get the nurses from our hospital to go to your school,
bro. You can't be that traveling nurse. All that stuff is gonna be out, bro.
Right.
Nah, it's getting spooky. Hold on, look. Let me call my homie. He'll just call me right now. He called me hot yesterday. Like, nigga, when next time you going on the show? I need to call in. What's cracking? We live.
What's happening?
Man, we talking about this nurse stuff, this nurse degree being labeled as non-professional now.
Honestly, my take on it is any nurse complaining about it didn't complain when they seen these nurses who bought their degrees come into the field and then start to gatekeep and try to push them out.
Yeah, because I was reading, I was pulled up an article where they were showing the Filipinos who basically got a stronghold on the medical industry, but specifically in California, are now getting a lot of lawsuits due to discriminating against other races of nurses, basically trying to get them out the paint and get their people in.
Yeah, they just lost that lawsuit in LA County.
Yeah, LA County, yep.
Yeah, and they was gatekeeping in the SNFs. But you would never see one in the ER. Have you seen a Filipino nurse in the ER? Be honest.
Now, why is that?
Because in the ER, they got to be an ER nurse. And they bought them degrees. So they can't perform like an ER nurse.
Oh, they don't even know how to do the job.
Yeah, exactly.
So coming from you, how's this affecting you right now?
Shit, I love it.
Oh,
they can't charge $100,000 for me to go get my MSN.
So there's pros to this right now. Then it's not as bad as we think.
Yeah, it's pros. Now that it's non-professional, it's the same as going to trade school where you're gonna pay $22,000, $23,000, but you're gonna leave an RN.
Yeah, because the article I'm reading.
And then when you get in there with that, you're going to push out the ones that ain't got no experience. And what I mean by experience is the ones that bought them degrees.
Right.
So it ain't just Filipinos that gatekeep. The Hispanics do it a lot too.
Yeah, we was just talking about that too.
They do not want us in the medical field. They abuse black patients. And they don't want no black nurses on the floor so they can get away with it.
You know, it's crazy. There's a book right here in the studio called The Medical Apartheid that specifically breaks down the U.S. history of how black patients were basically tested on and mistreated in these hospitals, which is why black people don't really trust going to the doctor due to the history that we have in this country. That's why we need more nurses
that's
more
my favorite book.
Black doctors.
On the real, that's my favorite book. That was my motivation. When I wanted to quit, I would read a page out of that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I can't read that book for longer than 45 minutes because I get emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because when you realize what they did to our people in hospitals, remember a few years back, the doctor said he accidentally decapitated a baby
Yeah, I remember that.
and tried to put it back in the woman.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, that wasn't no accident.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's
No, it
crazy
wasn't
because
no accident.
anytime you go to the hospital, you sign the paperwork to say anything that happens to you is your fault and you can't sue. So there's been
Exactly.
you remember old girl went for something simple, came out with amputated legs, no legs.
Yeah.
You got black people coming out amputated
remember,
arms.
remember back in the 90s, we used to call King Hospital, we used to call it Killer King.
Killer King, you
they-
better not
they-
go
And in
there.
Long
They
Beach, we
still
used to
do.
call St. Mary Killer Saint.
Nah, facts.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
it was the same shit.
if you get shot, stabbed, anything serious, you better crawl your way over to Memorial.
Yeah, you better get your ass to Memorial
And it's
because St.
crazy.
Mary's gonna let your ass die.
And it's crazy
Right.
though, but what I have been seeing too, at least what I've been noticing, I've been seeing a lot of childbirths at home now. You know, I'm seeing more of that nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all pay attention to any of that, but I see a lot of that going
No,
on.
no, I pay attention. I pay attention, bro, because I'm a nurse myself. So
Right.
I always pay attention to that, man. I'm always looking for an extra dollar. Do they need a nurse to assist with that? I'm trying to get on there and get. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for
Trying to
sure.
run that bag up
So I'm
because
looking for it.
yeah, because even the giving birth process, women are not supposed to give birth on their backs. There was a king, I forget
Nah,
his
you're supposed to
name.
give birth standing
He-
up, squatting down.
He wanted to see a baby come out of the vagina, so he ordered the woman to lay down so he could sit there and watch his son or his daughter, whoever, be born. And they just adopted that because he was the motherfucking king. That's why women be in so much pain when they giving birth. And then you watch these home births where
Yeah.
they in the swimming pool, they squat down. That is the perfect position for a baby to be basically shot out. It'd be instant.
Don't forget
Right.
about
Yeah.
water birth shit.
Because you're using gravity and everything else.
Exactly. And they shooting you up with epidurals that's gonna
Nasty
leave you in
back.
pain for the rest of your life just to lay down because some king wanted to see a baby pop out of pussy. Like,
And epidural can
crazy.
also affect the child as well.
bingo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good looking for the call though, man. We gonna wrap this up and we gonna move to another topic, man.
Oh, hold on. I got one more thing.
Yep.
Do you know who the biggest serial killer in America was?
Talk to us.
The biggest serial killer in America was a white nurse.
Oh, I saw that. Yep.
Oh, that thing on
She had
Netflix.
500 bodies
Saw that.
that they know about. But here's the kicker. They was all black, bro.
I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised by it. That's the nature of the beast we dealing with.
Didn't they just do a documentary on her? Or didn't they just interview her?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's something like that on Netflix. if I'm not
Yeah, I
mistaken.
think it was Netflix. I
They just now starting to talk about it.
That's crazy work.
But people thought the Klan was only fat belly redneck.
No, they come in different shapes and sizes.
Oh no, they infiltrated that
coldest
medical
Klan
system.
member? Is not the judges, it's the doctors and the nurses.
Mm.
And then, you know, I can't leave out the Hispanics on this. You know what I'm saying? Because they do the same thing to us because they're trying to impress them same people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna come in the studio when I get a chance.
Nah, man.
But we gonna have to do a part 2 of this, and we're gonna discuss that aspect of nursing.
Nah, for sure.
Nah,
we definitely
man,
need
though.
to break that down.
Yeah, just stay tapped in. We gonna bring you in whenever you
For sure.
back out this way. Easy call.
Okay.
Yes, Sirski. Yeah, man, to get real in the field. Now that was somebody on the inside who's
Literally.
actually a nurse who sees the politics and what's going on.
He
So
said he loved it though. So that it
Yeah,
might
money.
not be as bad. It might not be as bad if you certified for real.
I mean, he already went through. It didn't hit him.
So he ain't worried about
Yeah,
it.
he not worried about
He
it.
like one of them cats. I got seniority already. I ain't
Yeah.
worried about you
Yeah.
young
It's
folks.
good for him because now you know what I'm saying.
Pete already put in the work.
Yeah, he already put in the work. It's different if you're trying to start and go in there now.
But then he said, like, should people have complained about people buying they stuff? People wouldn't look at that as necessarily hating. Like you get in the nurse field, are you going to be mad that you had to go through a stronger process and somebody else did? Because he said people shouldn't be mad if they didn't complain about the people that was buying their degrees. People buy high school diplomas. People buy a lot of different things, and like you just said, it ain't no point of playing fair. Where you need to get ahead.
Well,
Why
they got
not?
ahead, but at the cost of and at the expense of you. Is
Yeah,
what he's saying
I
now is
know,
the ones who didn't complain is biting you in the ass now.
Right, because you allowing them to be part of the ones pushing you out.
Because they the ones that's helping to push you out. They bought in, you actually worked your way in, but they family is top surgeon over here, and they going to complain to you to their own family. Then
Nepotism at that
come
point.
on, bro,
'Cause,
the
we all-
nepotism.
man, come on. Worried about nobody.
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, man, to all the homeowners, it's getting spooky. We all know there's an old saying, you will own nothing and you will love it. If you are in the United States of America, you are a lifetime leaser. Everything we own, we lease. I don't care what you think, you lease. That home you leasing, if you say, Viral, you tripping, I paid it off. Don't pay that property tax and see what happens. Your car, you think you paid it off? Okay, cool. Don't register that motherfucker and let it sit on the street and
Who
see
doing
what
that,
happens.
motherfucker?
It's gone. Everything that you think you own, if you stop paying these people, it is gone. So just over half homes in the U.S., 53% to be exact, have lost value over the past 12 months, according to a new report by Zillow. So all of that equity they like to preach and all of that, people losing money. And what's going to happen? A lot of these big businesses and corporations going to say, hey, man, it's a downward trajectory on these homes. You know, in another year, you're going to lose more than half of what the home is worth. But check this out. We'll pay off your home right now and give you a little something on the top. Just sell it to us. And how many people going to really do that? The same way we used to own all of Inglewood and most of LA. And then Granny died, and then we sold Granny house, and now we got to move to Riverside and Tech. Same thing. They're going to start buying off these homes off of people. They think they're going to make more money, and guess what? When you go to buy another home back, they're not selling it. They're renting it. You're going to be a lifetime renter as if you're not basically already are to the bank. But it's going to be even worse because now they own the home. So now they can manipulate the price of rent whenever they want to.
Exactly. It ain't that rent control, all that's going to be out. Homie, who you also, where you going to move to? Because the bank going to own all of it. Where you going to go to?
It's I'm telling you, listen, you're going to be fucking taking orders from Skynet in a minute if y'all don't wake y'all damn game up.
Man. Real talk. You talking about houses and things like that, man. What y'all think about this week? You know, we got Thanksgiving going up in the house and stuff like that. And I was telling y'all, you know, why are we still celebrating Thanksgiving? People don't even be thankful for anything. It's like now it's celebrating gluttony at this point. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward.
I think it been like that unless you come from a super base culture family. Like most people never even really give thanks, you know, like for the most part. So I don't know, but maybe I think it's good in a sense if you want to bring your family together. But outside of that, I don't really think too much of no holidays at this point.
I think black people, we just always celebrated bringing the family together and catching the vibe. I don't think we never celebrated the true meaning of Thanksgiving, thinking about the Indians and this. Like it never was that. It was a reason for Big Mama to come over, your aunties with the big arms that hang and shake, and then cook the fuck out of some greens and macaroni. Your cousins, y'all go take the walk down the block, smoke some weed. You feel me? You might got a third cousin you never seen with the big booty that your uncle got to tell you, hey, that's your motherfucking cousin. Yeah, it was that going on.
Even that gluttony though, man. I want some mac and cheese though, so I'm cool with that, man. Send them plates.
I'm gonna keep it G with you.
It was just a reason to eat.
Hey, Viral, I'm gonna keep it G with you though, bro. I feel like that's how it was when we was growing up. I feel like right now, consumer has taken over Thanksgiving. I feel like at this point, it's not even about Thanksgiving no more. I feel like everybody getting ready and suited and booted for Black Friday. It's like they'll skip the meal just to go save $2 on the toaster, something that they ain't gonna even need.
I think Black Friday low-key cooked because when we was growing up, Black Friday prices was really slashed. Bro, you go in the store now, they just changed the color of the motherfucking price tag. Same price. Black Friday don't hit the same. Like, I'm in the store, nigga, I could order this shit online.
But I'm telling you, still people up there that's saving their whole little money just to kind of feel like they getting a deal. The whole experience. People are standing in line at 5 o'clock in the afternoon just to catch a deal. They not even with their family no more, bro.
Bro, you remember when people was camping out a week in advance?
Come on.
Yeah,
a week in advance?
But it really makes you think of they live at this point because it was always symbols behind the thing. For sale really meant just consume. You know what I'm saying? Or certain things, not necessarily consume, but basically it's the messages, even that whatever is showing the for sale is a deeper meaning that they know subconsciously is programming you. I mean, how crazy that may sound, but you got to go watch They Live to pay attention to what I'm saying. But it's just getting you another way to go run your money up. or run it out. You could be stacking your money for however long you just been grinding, and then just because it's a sale, you feel obligated to do it.
Yeah,
The same way you ever think, even when you online, you might get something and be like, hey, a shirt might be $21.99, but you can get 2 for the price of this. Like, no, just spend that what you was meant to spend and get that. But most people are going to get whatever deal you think you're getting.
15% start off on the second one.
But in reality, they know at the price that is going, that is the real price of how much those two things are really worth. But they're giving you, letting you feel like you're winning.
Yeah, and I feel you on that. At this point, bro, when it comes to the end of the year, bro, when it comes to Thanksgiving and, of course, like Christmas and all that, I just feel like at this point, we're just going through the motions because that's what society has told us now. Spend money, consume, buy this, buy that, eat this, eat that. It's for what, though, at this point now? It's not even, at this point, the core of the family value is gone. I feel like now, at this point, it's all marketing now. We're eating the food because this is what they're marketing. We're buying this stuff because that's what they're marketing.
Right.
Half of the stuff we don't even use or need or the kids even really want you know what I'm saying?
It's more competitive than anything now. Yeah, because you don't even when we was young, the Christmas spirit was really the Christmas spirit. Like, you come outside, all the kids is playing with their stuff. You got all the kids happy to share they toys. You got new video games. What game did you get? What game you got? Like, we're going to go to your house this week and play that. We're going to be over here playing this, playing football. So I think just the spirit of holidays are not the same. Like we said already, Halloween wasn't nothing.
Bingo. I was just thinking that.
You didn't see nothing, nigga. The kids, I didn't see no kids with no candies or nothing. Yeah, so it's rare. Maybe it depends on how you are, but just where I'm at in the space that I see things is not the same.
Do we chalk this up to people waking up due to social media and people learning the true meaning behind these holidays? A lot of these holidays have evil meanings behind them and evil history behind them, pagan holidays, even the story of Cupid and Valentine's Day. And that's, you damn near devil worshiping on that shit. And really, that was some PDF file-ish. So a lot of people getting TikTok brain, I think watching these shorts, YouTube shorts, they getting the hit. Oh, what the this what we celebrating? Oh yeah, that shit over with.
In my opinion, it's a lot to do with that. But then it's the new earth they was talking about. The consciousness of the world is starting to change. Yes, and it's changing by default. You don't necessarily have a choice. And some of the things that you thought mattered is not gonna matter no more. And the prices have skyrocketed from what it is. It's more important now where it's letting parents be more fierce and hard on their kids to the point like, I don't even want to hear nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Before they'll just make a way and figure it out and be the parent parent might be suffering. It's like, man, I'm not even doing that because these bills is crushing me so much. You're gonna have to figure it out.
I can't even fathom
you're gonna have to wait on that. So I just think it's that too, but we'll see.
Speaking of cost of living, I came across an article and damn near dropped my phone. It says child care for 2 kids exceeds monthly rent in most metros. So in the 100 largest U.S. metros, child care for 2 kids is more than your rent. So if you got 2 kids, you paying more than your fucking rent for child care. And you need child care if you're working. So really think about that. Most people can barely afford their rent. Most people live check to check. Most people don't have $1,000 for an emergency. So now this is going to, what is that? Population control, making people not want kids. This whole generation does not want kids. People are celebrating now being child-free. This generation, if you look, the numbers are dwindling. They're not having kids. You just have white people panicking, hitting the panic button because they are seeing their numbers going down. And then they're forecasting that 50 years, 100 years. Man, we damn near finna go extinct. You bitches got to start having babies. That's why they went to the ban abortion thing.
But that's too,
because white people number was going down.
And that's why they be trying to come to us too to keep their bloodlines going. But even at the point like y'all care that much, I understand it. But you ain't even gonna be here to even see the effects of that. So all that don't matter. Y'all not gonna rule forever. Let it go. You had your reign. It's over. So,
every empire has a fall. You know what I mean?
Because if you notice, they've been running. I want to say propaganda, but saying if white people disappear, society fails, society falls, this, that, and the third. Really trying to scare white people into having babies, and white women are going on record saying they prefer black men. Go watch these street interviews.
All these females
Oh,
want them
yeah.
BBCs.
What?
What they say, you go
come on.
once you go black, you
Never.
don't go back.
But
You
I was
get-
gonna say this
but-
too, though, man. Being white is a genetic, bro. It's not even healthy. Let's just be real. Melanin in your skin is worth more than gold, bro. When the earth broke up in part, Pangea, when it broke up, they went to the mountain of Caucasus, homie. You're not even supposed to be living up there.
Bruh, people go to the store, they gotta take they're buying melanin pills.
Yeah.
People need they're going to get all that. And it's not even to discredit none of that, but we know the truth. And I think that's the biggest part of it. But I think even people feel like in the times and these conditions of where they see the world going, it's like, what is it selfish for them to even raise a kid in this society the way you see things are? They're promoting so much of the LGBTQ area. Yeah, a lot of things. They're making it harder, like you said, to even raise a kid. And this is what goes back to why the Panthers were so good, like we talked about before, where they had it to where if you was a single mother or a single father,
Breakfast program. Yep.
we got programs. Bring your kids here. We'll watch them. You trust the whole party because it takes a village. And we see more and more every day. That's what it takes. And people would rather go pay more than your rent than go pay some people that probably will watch your kids for however long you need or help you with that. So I think us as a community had to start putting them programs together for ourselves.
But the crazy part is the village is kids. That's what brought the village together. It was men, it was women. They got together, had kids. And then you had a number of different families that did the same thing, and that was the village. So now imagine you got a whole block of no kids. You ain't never talking to your neighbors. That's just a fact. This person ain't got kids, this person ain't got kids. Unless it's a chick you trying to fuck or something, or y'all out smoking a cigarette or some weed and talking sports, you don't talk to your neighbors like you used to.
No.
I don't know none of my motherfucking neighbors. I know maybe one or two. I go down 3-4 houses. I don't know none of them unless they go to school with my kids. Their kids go to school with my kids. Other than that, I don't know my neighbors. I knew everybody on my block growing up.
Hey, it's funny because I'm the same way, bro. In my neighborhood, bro, only reason why my neighbors even talk to me is when I'm walking the dog. They be like, and they compliment the dog. If anything, like, man, your dog is beautiful.
Talk to you and don't talk to the
man.
Don't talk to the dog and don't talk to you.
I'm just like,
you not even
God
standing there.
damn.
See, but I think at the point now it's different because you was more around like-minded people when we was younger. Now you just here based off of tax bracket wise. You're not here because of whatever reason. So the connection is not the same, like you said. So it's a disconnect, I would say, for the most part when it comes to your neighbors and stuff like that, or just in general. But I agree with you talking with the village thing with the kids. But most people, they not even trusting people around their kids. They not going, you ain't letting people, all the stuff you see on TV with these crimes, people ain't letting their kids go spend the night at their friend's house.
Man,
They not doing none of that. Damn near don't even want their own friends watching their kids.
I'm gonna tell you this: the way these kids is active though now, adults gonna be afraid of the kids though, man. How rowdy they acting though, man. In some certain areas.
But you got to think, it low key, is there something new? I mean, it's new, the disrespect that they got for the adults that we starting to see now. You know, we had more respect for our elders. I would say I did in my innocence.
I did
You
as
know what
well,
I mean?
but also too, it was a time and place where young men, even if we was on BS, we knew how to straighten up once elders was around.
That's
You
what I
get
meant, though.
I'm
That's
saying?
why I'm saying the respect level was different. We just didn't go out and disrespect the older folks. We didn't necessarily do that. You see people coming down the block, you're going to help them with their bags. You're going to do certain things.
For sure.
There was one nigga, I seen this nigga carrying the TV. I said on Insane Crib, Cuz carrying the TV downstairs. I'm like, Cuz, you need help? I'm just like, let me try to be better. So this is a big ass TV. Cuz barely carried it, sweating and shit. He like, nah, I don't need your help. I'm like, Cuz, on Insane Crib. That's why niggas don't help me with shit. I'm like, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, nigga, kick this fucking TV, nigga.
Nah, nigga mad, nigga turned down the help.
Nah, I ain't mad. It was just the way a nigga went about it. Yeah, I'm like, that's why niggas don't help niggas. Cause like on the set, I'm never doing that again on the babies. Trying to be nice, nigga.
Don't let that. Yeah.
Not to him, but I'ma read it. But it's crazy because the mama was like this, waving me off. I'm like, oh yeah, something wrong with this nigga. Cause like whatever. I'm just like, cuz looking stupid. That's what your dumb ass getting now.
It was one of them old school with the booty on the back.
Nah, it was a flat screen, but
okay.
it was hella big. But you could tell you carrying down the stairs like you look fucked up. And I was thinking in my head like, what I would have wanted help. I probably wouldn't have asked, but somebody offered. I'm gonna accept
real talk,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
You listen. Like you ever had your hands full? You trying to open up a door?
Yeah,
So you
like,
hoping
damn.
somebody comes?
And you don't want to double trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that shit had me hot. Cause I'm like, yeah, this nigga. He almost set me off. I just left. Yeah.
Hey, look, it's getting late. We had a late start. Be back in here tomorrow. Shout out to I gotta remember your name too, and we gotta send you that autograph merch that you asked for. What's her name?
I forget.
I'm gonna get it right next episode. But you said
man, salute
please
to
end
her.
the episode with a positive message. So This hourglass, this is symbolic. Everything on the set is symbolic. It means something. Look at this hourglass's life. This right here is the future that may never come. This right here is the past that's already gone. The only thing you got in life is right here in the middle. You see that sand that's dropping in the middle? That's the present. That's where you need to live. That is the key to prospering in life. Living here. All this sand at the top is not guaranteed to fall through to tomorrow. Your life could end at any day. So don't even worry about this. Focus on the present. Because if you focus on the present, whatever you want in the future, you'll get by focusing here. Focusing here is what most people do. This is why most people are miserable. Only thing you got in life is this little passage right there, the present. Future may never come. The past is gone and it ain't coming back. Focus on the present.
On that note, we up out of here.
Man, attitude of gratitude. Like we said earlier, guard your thoughts, man. That's the key. Go journal tonight, man, and see if it make a difference.
10 good thoughts, right?
Nah, 10 things you're grateful for.
10 things you're grateful for, man.
And the last one, write what you're most grateful for. And even send some love out there to some people, man. Much love, respect, prosperity, abundance. We going up like regular. You know what I mean? The viral way or no way.
It's content.
Like and subscribe, baby. Like and subscribe. Hey, hype us up, too.
Like the video, hype the video. Y'all know what's going on, man. The realest podcast in the world. Only podcast out here of this kind with these people from this demographic that you're going to get this type of game from, this type of talk from. And we the most versatile. We topic on topics. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like, because I read comments and the constructive criticism keep me sharp. Easy call. Bet.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.